track. You see, starting in lane 3 is going to be TJ Skinner out of the USA. He's got a 13:85 best from earlier this season. Starting in lane 4, one of the guys to look for, Derek Olson. He's a standout at Montana State, broke a 28-year-old school record while he was there. In lane 5, this is going to be Devon Brooks, another standout athlete to look for. He's the SEC champ at Tennessee from 2023. And then starting in lane 6, this is going to be Luis Orta out of Puerto Rico. He comes in with a 14:16 best and certainly looking to improve on that. A small but mighty field. We saw these guys earlier in the prelims, and all 4 men back for this final.
Olson looked the best, only man under 14 seconds for sure, 13:90. We mentioned Devon Brooks, of course, coming back from that kind of, I don't want to say catastrophic injury, but boy, it wiped him out outdoors. So he ended up having to just take a long time off and appreciates being back on the track, certainly. So he's back out here mixing it up, but Olson's got that confidence. He's taking his time getting into the blocks. Brooks with a 13:2 best, a former SEC champion. Definitely has the chops, but is he back to full health is the question.
Quick start out of the blocks there by Olson in 4, and he is charging across these barriers, putting some daylight between himself and the rest of the field, and it looks as though disaster has struck. Brooks now is going to come away with this win as only 2 men remain on their feet, and that was a devastating turn of events as Olson hit that barrier and crashed into the lane of Skinner to his inside. So an unfortunate way to win a race, I should say, for Devon Brooks. Glad he was able to stay on his feet, and certainly a confidence booster for him. As you said, he's coming back, and that's got to feel good for him. But we're going to wish all the best to Olson and Skinner, who had those tumbles and unfortunately did not finish.
Yeah, it's twice under 14 seconds now for Devon Brooks, and I'm sure Keenan will ask him about it when we get him down there, but he'll take it, and hopefully, like you said, everybody's all right. But I could have told you, I had an inkling that Olson might get into a little bit of trouble after that prelim. He banged the last couple of hurdles in the prelim pretty hard and ends up crashing out here. But Brooks, hey, he's moving in the right direction. He's coming back. He looks healthy. Looks like he's got a pep in his step, and take at it one more time. All it takes is catching that trail leg behind you just a split second. I call the hurdles a war of attrition sometimes. That means that the last man standing gets the job done, and in this case, it's Devon Brooks. 13:99. Not far off his 13:91 season's best.
So unfortunate for Skinner being taken out there by that fall from Olson as well. Again, you control the controllables, and that's not something you can do anything about when an athlete beside you clips that hurdle in just the wrong way, and it can be, as I said, disastrous. And again, unfortunate with such a small group of guys. But we are going to hear from the big man, the winner, Mr. Brooks. Skinner is planning to go in 4 with Olson in 6. Glad to see that these guys are well enough physically to have another attempt here. And there's that tough crash. I think that was hurdle 4, as Olson just makes his way into Skinner's lane. Again, nothing he could have done about it. If you're in between 2 other runners, Trevor, as you know well, you're going to hit one of them on your way down. But again, glad to see there's no major injuries at play, as Skinner, again, will have a shot at redemption in lane 4 and Olson in lane 6.
Yeah, and that's why you put a lane in between, especially with those multis. Like I said, if you ever see the decathletes out there starting off day number 2, they usually give them a little bit of room to breathe. So if you do end up crashing a hurdle or hooking one, if you will, you're not going to take anybody else out with you. But it's all about the opportunity to run, and that's what these guys get here, taking it back.
Well, again, he's takes quite a while to get into his blocks, does Olson, the tall man in lane 6 to left of screen. And again, the focus and the reset is what you need in these rerun opportunities. And And they're away cleanly. I'm sure again the focus will be high here. A little stumble there by Olsen over that second barrier, but now he's running cleanly. You can see he's just slowed things down a little bit to make sure that his technique is really clean, and Skinner unfortunately then has a tumble. So again, high drama across the board in the hurdles. Skinner will come across the line. Won't be the time he wanted, but 13:91 for Olsen. And we talked about redemption. Well, that's got to feel pretty good.
As good as it can, I suppose, after a fall like that, but he does go quicker than the previous winner there, Devon Brooks, 13:99. So 13:91 for Derek Olsen. I think all things considered, you have to take that as a solid day. It's consistency. In the prelims, he goes 13:90, 13:91 in the rerun of the final there. Unfortunately, obviously crashing out. But like you said, it's good to know, hey, he's back, he's ready, nothing serious, and he just runs more under control, and you see that less of a forward lean, less out of control, stays a little tighter off the backside. I will say there's still a lot of separation there, so I think there's plenty to, in a good way, there's plenty for him to work on and stay tight over the top and not let that same situation befall him. But I think we've got Keenan downstairs with him, so we'll hear what he has to say.
So it is Derek Olsen joining our Keenan Gray trackside, the winner of our Consolation Hurdles final.
All right, Derek, so I know you got a second chance, but what happened the first time around?
Just got a little sloppy, overextended out of my box, and clipped with the trail, as y'all can see, and it kind of spun me around. Tried to catch myself, and it just overextended and kind of hyperextended my knee a little bit, but it slingshotted me out of my lane.
Well, the officials were able to give you a second chance, so 13:91, especially after what you were just going through that first time around. Just, are you happy with the performance? I'm sure you're a little disappointed at this point right now.
I'm very disappointed. I mean, I flew all the way out here trying to put a time down. Obviously, to come back from that and run decent, can't be too mad, but we was kind of rolling off the start there in that second finals, and yeah, it would have been nice to clean that up and put that one down.
Well, thanks, Derek. Appreciate your time, and get well, man.
Thank you. You're going to be interviewed.